Summer wind blowing, feeling alive. Sunshine in my eyes will fly.
Hi guys, you're welcome back to my YouTube channel, Winging It with E. My name is E, and I'm just here sharing bits of my life with you. I come here to rant, I come here to share my opinion on different things, share my experiences with you, and just generally connect with you. If you're a first time viewer of this channel, kindly subscribe, please. And I'm happy to have you on this journey with me. Thank you for stopping by, and please come again. Today's topic is a very interesting topic, and I won't be able to finish everything in one video. So this video is going to come in parts. So today we're just going to do the part one. So, my horrible experience at Casa del Papa. Hmm. I know some of you might know Castle the Papa, and some of you have never heard of this name before. So I will explain what Castle the Papa is, so we'll all be on the same page. So Castle the Papa is a resort. It's a resort somewhere in Benin Republic. Yes, Benin Republic. That's like a neighboring country to Nigeria. So that's where Castle the Papa is located. So I visited Castle de Palpa in 2019, late 2019, early 2020, and I had a not very good experience, which I'm going to share in this video. So, how did I find out Castle de Palpa? So, I was just basically looking around on IG, and I was always seeing that name, Castle de Papa, a resort in Benin Republic. And the pictures I saw of the place looked good. It looked like somewhere I could go relax, and just enjoy myself. Also at that period I was married. So I'm going to be mentioning my husband a lot because he was also part of the journey. We went together. Yes, before you start asking me what happened, I lost him. So please don't ask me. Anyway, so I discovered the location from randomly looking through IG, and I shared the idea with him, and he went into research mode, checking out the place, reading reviews, checking out the price, and just everything that comes with your arranging for a holiday. So when we checked booking.com, because it was booking.com we used, the price that was given to us for a room by the seaside, because they have different types of rooms. There are rooms by the seaside, there are rooms by the riverside or by the lagoon side. But when we read reviews, we saw that rooms by the seaside were much more fun. So even though they were more expensive, so we opted for rooms by the seaside. So we checked for the price, for I think we spent a week there. So we checked for the price for a night for the seaside rooms, and the price booking.com gave to us was in naira. So we're basically just seeing how much we're going to pay in naira. So we calculated how much it was going to take us for 1 week. Yeah. And we kept that money in naira aside. We didn't think of it too much because we just felt that, Benin Republic is a neighboring country to Nigeria, so they might not even mind being paid in naira. And my husband has done few trips to Benin Republic, and he knows that you can even just swap your naira into cefas somewhere close to the border. Like, naira is not like a very foreign currency to them. They're so used to naira. So we kept the money for our accommodation on the resort in naira. And then we started off on our journey to Castle del Papa. Anyway, so we had someone drive us to the border. I think it's a semi border, the border at Badagry. And then we crossed the border on foot, got our passports stamped, and we went through the border into Benin Republic. I think that was Cotonou. So when we got into Cotonou, like I mentioned earlier on, my husband had been to Benin Republic a few times. So he knew that we could just change the naira we had. Remember, we kept our lodging money were to pay for our accommodation in naira apart. So the other monies we had, we changed it into sefa at the border. So there's this woman that does used to change money for my husband then when he used to go to Benin Republic. So we're very fortunate to still find her. She was still there, and the rate she gave us was very okay because before we left Nigeria, we had already checked for black market rates on the internet for naira to sefa. So the rate she gave us was good, and we asked for rates from other money what they call them now. Will I call them other breed the change people there? And the rate was, the same thing. So we're good with it. So we changed the other monies we had into safers because we had to use this money to get around, pay for our taxi to the resorts and things like that. So we changed our money into safer. So we came to the cab and people and everybody was just speaking French, and it was overwhelming. They were all like crowding us. Where are you going to? I can take you there. And everybody was just speaking French. I didn't understand what they were saying. Like I was already, it was already beginning to get under my skin. Like I was beginning to get really irritated. Like these people were just talking. Everybody was just trying to talk at the same time, speaking a language I did not understand. But somehow someone came to us. He has lived in Nigeria for a while. He even understands Yoruba and he could speak English. So he spoke to us in English. Where are you going to? So I was like, come, let's talk to this guy. And it was like a young guy, looked reasonable. And we spoke to him. We told him we're going to Castle del Papa. Castle del Papa is our final destination. But before we go to Castle del Papa, there was this European restaurant on the lagoon. I'm trying to remember the name, but I'm finding it very difficult to remember the name. But maybe before I upload this video, I'll be able to find the name and put it somewhere in the video. So I was like, I'd already told my husband about this, that let's just stop over at that European restaurant, eat before we finally be on our way to Castle de Papa. And this cab driver told us he knows the place. He said he knows the place. It's not far now. It's there. And then we started on this unending journey. This guy just started taking us. It was obvious he didn't even know where he was going to at a point. He took us to different places, different hotels. No, it should be this hotel. What did you say the name of the places again? With the way he was reacting and acting and from his body language, I knew he didn't know what he was doing. So I got really angry. My husband was a very quiet person, but I I was the vocal one. So I started off with him. I was like, Mr. Man, what are you doing? Where are you taking us to? We told you we are going to this place. If you know you do not know this place, why did you lie to us that you know this place? And now you're just taking us round the whole of Cotonou. And he was like, no. Like, I was really uncomfortable because I do not understand the language and it was beginning to get dark. How will I get lost in a country I do not understand the language? I don't even know where I'm going to, and I've left my own country. So how? So I began to get very uncomfortable. So I spoke to him. My husband was telling me to calm down, and I told my husband, no, it's getting dark. I don't want to be outside somewhere I've never been to before in a country I don't understand the language they speak. So I need to get to where I'm going to. So the guy was trying to beg us, he's sorry, he will try and find the place. So he started asking random bike men passing, please, do you know this place? Some people will say, no, no, that's not the name. This way, is this other way. He took us until it got to a point. I put my foot on the ground and told him that he's not moving an inch again if he does not get somebody that actually knows this place and has been to this place before. So I made a scene, and bike men came. So the bike men started saying, wait, let me call one of my friends. My friend always takes this Nigerian man to that place. Nigerians go there a lot. So when he said that, I was like, okay, we are coming to the same level, So he called the bike man. The bike man came and the bike man said, oh yes, I know the place. There's this Nigerian guy that comes to Cotonou every time and he goes to eat there. So when he said a Nigerian man that comes every time and goes to eat there, I was like, okay, yes, this guy knows what we're talking about. So the bike man took us on the journey. We had to tip the bike man, This was the very long ride to Bab's Dock after we found a bike man that knew the way. The road was pretty smooth, so it was a good ride. The bike man was so far in front, we had to follow him. That was another like 1 hour of driving. Like we're just driving and driving. We finally got to the place, and the cabman was like, hey, is it this place? Hey, this place is a this place is a dangerous place. So there's a lot of voodoo going on here because people in Benin Republic, they do so much voodoo. There's a lot of voodoo here. This is a voodoo temple. How the Nigerians find this place this place? Because now we're actually going to get to somewhere, get on a boat and go on a lagoon before we get to the restaurant. So the cab driver was telling us that this place is a temple. It's a very dangerous place that nobody comes there. The Nigerians, we have mind and everything. Anyway, when we got there, they told us the restaurant has closed. They don't open on Mondays. They open on so days. And we are sorry, except they are sorry, except we'll have to come back another day tomorrow. Immediately, I and my husband, we looked at ourselves. We said, we are not coming back tomorrow. And then we made the trip. We started on the trip to Casa de Papa. So we got to Casa de Papa when it was like getting to, I think 6 p.m. in the evening. So everywhere was beginning to get dark when we got to Casa de Papa. And we got to the reception. The drive to Casa de Papa was like another 2 hours. And we hadn't had anything because we left Nigeria very early. All our hope was that we were going to get food to eat at the restaurant, but our hope was dashed. So we continued on the trip to Casa de Papa. We got to Casa de Papa by about 6 p.m. and we got to the reception.
So beautiful. So pretty.
And we met this dude. This dude. So we exchanged pleasantries and we're like, okay, we saw this on booking.com. This is the price. And we want to pay for the seaside room. Blah, 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 blah. He told us the price. And then we're like, okay, yes. Oh, that's the price in dollars. He was telling us the price in dollars, I think. And then we told him that, we saw the price in Naira and we're here with Naira. And that was when problem started. He said he would not accept naira and that we have to look for CFAs to pay, or we pay in hard currency, in pounds or in dollars. And then I was trying to explain to this guy that on booking.com we saw the price in naira, and because Benin Republic is a neighboring country to Nigeria, we need to think of it so much like, okay, probably they could also accept naira. This guy was just so adamant. Like, he was adamant and rude, you know. So he gave us different options. He said he could actually change the money for us. Guess what he did? He gave us a wrong rate. At the end of calculating the difference, this guy was ready to like rip us off of about 30 to 50k. Like, he was giving us a rate that was lower than what we got at the border. Like a terrible rate, like a rate that it was so wrong. The rate was so wrong. Like, it didn't even do, maybe if you had done like maybe 5 CDs or 10, I'm sorry, 5 Cephas or 10 Cephas or 15 Cephas, would have been easier. Maybe we would have overlooked it, but the difference was a lot. He didn't know we stopped off at the border and changed money, and we didn't want to pay with the Cephas we had, because if we had paid with the Cephas we had, Casa de Papa was like 2 hours drive to the border. How do we change money again? So he gave us that option. He changes the money for us, or that my husband and I should go back to the border. So if we had done the ride to the border, we would have gotten to the border by about 8 p.m., change the money, then start coming back to Casal de Papa by 8 p.m. and probably get to Casal de Papa by 10 p.m. in the night. This guy wanted us to drive with money in a country we're not used to. This guy was just outrightly trying to endanger our lives. Even the cab man that dropped us off had already gone, and there were no cabs there at Casal de Papa. So how were we supposed to go about this? And this guy was so mean. He was so mean. He was so mean. He told us there was nothing he could do for us except we allow him change, or we go back to the border, get CFAs or CFAs, whatever it's called, and pay him. I couldn't believe it. So what's all this noise about Casal de Papa if you guys don't have just basic customer service? What's all the noise for? Anyway, this is the end of part 1. Join me for part 2 when I continue this very interesting story of my horrible experience at Casal de Papa. Thank you for joining me on this video. I hope you come back, and I hope you subscribe. Please don't end this video without subscribing. Just click on the button just somewhere on the left hand side, the lower part, the left hand side of this video, and just subscribe. I'm already exhausted from talking about this story. Anyway, I'll see you in my next video.